after being blackballed and ostracized. I think she was starting to figure out that her home had been breached. 3 months later, she died. And she died on her son's birthday.
It's so sad.
Her son, D'Angelo, who was full of love.
Jaguar Wright believes that Angie Stone's death was not a coincidence. She thinks Angie passed away just weeks after publicly calling out the same powerful people she had been speaking against for years. According to Jaguar, Angie's death raises serious questions about what really happened.
As I was coming through all of this, I soon found out that one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature, only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen.
Many people initially hoped Angie Stone's passing was just an accident, but new details have made things seem suspicious. A witness claimed they helped someone, possibly Angie, right after the first crash. They described the chaos of the scene when an 18-wheeler truck hit the van she was in. However, the video of this witness has now disappeared from TikTok, which has only fueled speculation.
Here's the story. About 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, me and my daughter were driving to Charleston, South Carolina for her sweet 16 birthday getaway. We came up to a truck with a trailer and its flashers were on, so we slowed down some, and that's when I noticed there was an overturned vehicle in the fast lane. And it looked like it just happened. I pulled over, I put my flashers on, and I told my daughter to stay in the car, and I ran over. It was a van, and I ran over, and there were so many people in this van, and they were just trying to get out, and I asked if they'd called the cops, and they said, we're just trying to get out. And they were helping this woman out off the side of the van, and I grabbed her hand and I helped her get down, and she seemed out of it, and I was holding her hand and she was wobbling around, and I said, baby, you gotta sit down. And then the next thing I know, I flew and I fell down to the ground, and it felt like something not ran over me but brushed over me. Like something just swiped over my body, and I got up and I could hear screaming, and I just focused in on one screaming, and it was my daughter.
The fact that the witness deleted their video raises concerns. Were they threatened? Are they safe? Some people, including Jaguar Wright, suggest Angie's death could have been a planned event. Meanwhile, Tyler Perry gave a speech about how Black artists deserve fair pay, which sparked reactions from comedian Emoni. She questioned Perry's sincerity, given his past treatment of her. Reports say that Angie was in a van traveling to Atlanta when it overturned and was then hit by a big rig. Everyone else survived except her. But different stories on social media have cast doubt on the official version of events.
A walking testimony that God has carried me all this time, because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they want to. See, I'm not an attorney. I don't know everything. What I learned, I need to go out, work hard, get paid, pay my bills, take care of that. The legal side of the hire attorneys and managers, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they are in.
Before her death, Angie was fighting against the person who was accusing them of stealing her royalties. industry's exploitation of artists caught Monique's attention. She called him out for his hypocrisy, reminding him that he once mistreated her and failed to apologize. While Perry is unlikely to respond, comments have added more heat to the conversation. Many are questioning whether Angie Stone's death was truly an accident or something more sinister. What do you think? Like and comment on this video and subscribe this channel for next video update.